Hi everyone, today I'm going to record the 83rd chapter of my novel Farishta. So let's start. You just think something like this. If something happens in Pakistan, then who will be the first suspect? I said, of course, India. He said, although for Muslim, without knowing facts, believing something is wrong. I said, it's true. He said, I give you the references of films. You must have heard of film Ben Hur or might have seen it. I said, yes, I know about that film and tried to watch that film quite few times, but I didn't see it completely. He said, I have seen it. I have seen the film Banner complete, and I have seen it more than one time. The director of the film announced a contest that if someone finds error in my film, he will have handsome amount of prize. Lots of people indicated him stupid errors, and he refused them. Finally, one person got success. As film was historical and director had to show old period, most of the film was made in Italian capital Rome, and most of the film scenes were filmed in Colosseum. So, for filming, they used to use trolleys and carts for material and camera, which had rubber tires. So the viewer saw the tire marks in the film, and he mentioned that in those days there were no rubber tires, and I have seen clear marks of rubber tires in Colosseum. So, so everyone believed that what he showed, but telling this de- but telling this defect, that person baffled the director. I said, so people watch films so keenly. He said, have you seen Titanic? I said, I have seen it couple of times. He said, have you noticed any fault or defect in that film? I said, no, it's a perfect film. He said, in the film Hero Jack was a painter. They showed him carrying the painting of French famous impressionist Paul Cézanne. As you know that the film Titanic is based on true story. The real Titanic, when it was sank, until yet Paul Cézanne didn't make that painting. The one was Jack carrying in the film Titanic. Paul Cézanne made that painting after the disaster of Titanic. Everyone who saw the film, they thought that Cézanne made that painting before Titanic sank. So we win public confidence after showing them documentaries, films, TV footage, and videos. Similarly, all the channels of the world, they show what they want to show, and they show what they were bound to show. What they saw on channels, they believed what they saw, but none of them tried to think either what we are watching is based on reality or it's a cryptography or it's a fake video. Can you believe that when some aeroplane hit some skyscraper and skyscraper collapsed as they showed in the TV? If I give you another example of videocracy, you might have seen quite often that American and world media shows that Taliban are brutal, and they show the brutality and try to convince the whole world that we are here to finish them. We are here to finish these barbarians. And the very next day, they show football match in the same ground which they showed a day before to try to convince the whole world, look, we taught them civilization and now they learn how to play football. I said, this is our fault that we believe them and we accept them what they show in their videos. He said, because we don't have any other choice. Might is right. You must have heard this saying that one who has stock of grain in his home, he is always intelligent and right. I said, so according to your philosophy, if we aren't terrorists, then who is the real culprit? He said, according to my statistics, For the time being, America is the biggest terrorist. He is the biggest terrorist of the world. They show only one video and whole world follow them to kill all the terrorists. Just imagine the places where they go. They don't have even clean drinking water. They don't have enough food. Even they don't have modern weapons. They don't have enough clothes to wear to cover themselves. These so-called civilized countries attack them with modern weapons. America asks everyone to join them, like England, Germany, Italy, and France. France is the only country who refused America a couple of times, but other countries they don't have courage to say no to them. I mean America. So Americans attack on these poor countries and on innocent people. Otherwise, nobody has courage to say no to them. On the other hand, they have complete control of on media. Raza paused and said again, any Christian, Jew, Muslim, or even human being can't be a terrorist. I give you an example of Quran that one who took the life of one person, he killed the whole humanity. I said, but I'm still confused. I don't understand what is the relation between Templar Knights, Savonarola, and 11th September 2001 or 9/11. When I said this, Raza got annoyed and said, I thought Pakistanis are a little bit intelligent, but you are very dull. The people who make policies, the people who create war strategies, they study thoroughly. In olden days, it was easy to use people for their own purpose, but nowadays it's very difficult. So the people who study old war strategies, old way of convincing, rather fooling people, is difficult. They find things like these and use them in modern era, like Savonarola used to use boys of young age of 10 to 11, 10 to 14. The age from 10 to 15 is the age of dreams and fantasies. Templar Knight use religious extremism like misinterpret Muslim misinterpreted jihad and used it for their own purpose. I said, I'm still lost and I'm not convinced. Raza said, still there are lots of things to tell you. I have an appointment. Keep one thing in mind. Tomorrow you have an interview with that journalist. Be careful answering questions. It's very important. I said, you don't need to worry. By the way, if you would have dinner with me, that would have been better for me. That would have been better for both of us. Raza took permission and went to his place. I was still confused and lost and was trying to understand that what is the real story of 9/11. I woke up in the morning and I saw white hair in my French beard. I thought that I'm only 30 years old and my beard is white. I removed that white hair with plucker. Now it was better. After doing shave and having shower, I got ready and went to the cafe Sats at the exact time. Peter was already there and his photographer as well. Peter said hello in German language and I answered him in English. I shook hands with him, with Peter and with the photographer. Both of us sat outside Cafe Sats on chairs. Peter asked me, what would you like to have? I said, I would like to have cappuccino. And what about you? Both of them said in chorus, we will have cappuccino as well. Peter asked me, would you like to eat something? I said, no, I had my breakfast. After that, photographer took some photos. Then he started my interview. He placed small tape recorder on the table and took out a piece of paper and a pen. He used to ask me questions in English and I used to answer him in English. He asked me about asylum center, about Pakistani politics. Finally, he asked me about 9/11 and I said, I'm sorry. I told him that I don't like to talk about this. I don't like to talk about this because I'm a person of literature and culture. And honestly speaking, I haven't got good enough knowledge about global politics. I told him that my favorite painter is Vincent van Gogh. He asked me more or less 20 questions. In the meantime, cappuccino was served. When we finished our cappuccino, Peter said, I will pay the bill. I thought inwardly, that would be great. Peter told me that whatever I will write, I will send you via email in English and in German language as well. I said, fine, but when it will be published? He said, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. After that, he took permission and went to his office. I started roaming happily in the streets of Winterthur. I didn't go to gym and I didn't go to the library. So I came back to Asylum Center. As I came to Asylum Center, I saw Anita was shouting and she was shouting for me. I said, what's wrong with you? You can't speak calmly. She said, I'm looking for you since long. As long as you are in this asylum center, your doctor will be in this area. You will have to go to him all the time for the medical checkup. I said, so for that, there is no need to shout. She said, because I have given information to everyone. After giving you this information, my job is done. So I can go home. If Schaeffer and Schneider give us some task, we have to complete that task and they ask us about that task. She gave me an envelope which had doctor's address, his clinic map, bus number 2. I said, I have backache so I can go tomorrow for the checkup. She said, tomorrow whoever will be on the duty, you can ask him. He will take up appointment for you. I said, okay. Guldin was standing behind me. He said, look at my paper. I don't understand what's written in it. I took the piece of paper from his hand and gave it to Anita and said, solve his problem as well. Anita got annoyed and said, it has been such a long time that I'm explaining him, but he doesn't understand. In Winterthur, there's a main hospital. He has to go there for eye checkup. I said, Anita, you can go now. Now I will explain him. She was very angry. She left the asylum center angrily. Thank you very much. Like my video, subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. I hope you like it. It's a beautiful place where I'm sitting. It's the autumn season and I'm sitting on yellow leaves. Thank you.